Welcome to After the Rain, a storytelling podcast from Playa Lakes Joint Venture. These are the voices stewarding the land and the stories that surface after the rain. South of Pottawatomie, Kansas, a creek cuts through timber and grass, carrying eagles on the wind and ducks on migration. For Eric Howell, this place isn't just a project to manage, it's a home to restore.
I do have a passion for wildlife and the outdoors. I grew up in scouting and just a natural interest in wildlife and habitat. When I found out there were programs out there that would help landowners develop their land into habitat for wildlife, it was very intriguing to me.
Eric learned about the USDA's Wetland Reserve Easement program offered by the Natural Resources Conservation Service while buying the property. Curiosity became commitment.
77 acres is enrolled in this WRE.
His land follows Pottawatomie Creek, an incredible wildlife corridor. Dense timber, brushy cover, open prairie, and soon restored wetland.
That creek that shoots through the middle is like a highway for everything. We've got bald eagles that nest around the area. It's very common to see them flying up and down the creek. And then a very healthy population of turkey, deer, again, just all the wildlife that you'll see in Kansas. I think once that wetland system's there, we see a lot of wood ducks, we see a lot of geese and some migrating ducks from time to time, but I think when that wetland system's built, the waterfowl will really take to it. But it's just a very diverse piece of property, whether it's going to be prairies, wetland, or timber, or creek, or marshy areas. So the goal is just to have a very healthy, diverse habitat on that land.
The vision is clear. The process not always quick.
I first enrolled in this thing back in 2020. Here we are, 2025, and right now the field is marked. The contractor is supposed to start in May or June, but I just feel like the process took a long time to really get going. Other than that, I think it's great. Everybody that I worked with has been great to work with and very professional. But the process itself daunting. The application and then the waiting and then the waiting and then it would just take forever to move forward on things.
While paperwork moved, Eric kept building habitat, seeding more acres, planning for prairie, imagining the finished mosaic.
Short-term goals right now is just, hopefully just keep moving the process forward. And I feel like we're close to the goal line in terms of, the work being completed. My long-term goal is, obviously this is a permanent easement, and the areas also attached to the land that aren't part of the WRE that got planted in native grasses and wildflowers. I tell people that, my goal with that property is, with the exception of the area around our house, which is about 2 acres, two and a half acres, when I leave this world, hopefully in 150 years, that it is just locked up as habitat that can never be built on or farmed or anything like that. Just a good piece of diverse habitat.
Some neighbors worry about federal programs, control, value, what ifs. Eric hears them and answers with experience.
I can tell you some landowners are terrified of working with the government on a conservation easement, and others obviously are. I'm sure there's some that are in it for the money and those type of advantages, and that was definitely a perk of it. I feel like my main motivation is the habitat.
His advice to other landowners thinking about an easement?
I would tell any landowner that is interested in doing it that there's plenty of resources, plenty of help to learn about it. Despite the fact that it took longer that I wished it would have, I would say do it and go for it.
From Miami County, Kansas, this is a story of a young landowner a wildlife corridor, and a promise to leave more than he takes.